Yo, listen, I'm gonna break something down quick, yeah? Okay. Keywords, Cestue Que Vie, and it's a trust, yeah? If you understand trust, then you understand the formations of a trust, the three different roles, yeah? Your grantor, who creates the trust, puts the property in there. Trustee, who controls what's going on in the trust, and then you got the beneficiaries who take benefit from the property of what's in the trust, yeah? Alright. So this trust here is also known as foreign situs trust, secret trust, a term of life or years, or a fideicommissory trust, yeah? Now, this is the trust basically we're operating within the United Kingdom, yeah? So it's formed by King Henry VIII in the 16th century on one or more presumptions, including but not limited to that basically we are wards, infants, idiots, lost or abandoned at sea, therefore presumed dead after 7 years. And all this is legal under law. So basically we are dead legally. So all these presumptions make this Cestue Que Vie trust legal by law. Another thing, government brought out an act in 1666 called the Cestue Que Vie the Cestue Que Vie Act 1666, which is basically for the poor that didn't prove to the Westminster or the courts that they were alive. So they were then declared dead, lost at sea, you get me? And all their property within the trust got managed by the state. They brought out a next act in 1707, Cestue Que Vie Act 1707, which basically extended the structures of the 1666 Act and allowed it for corporates to use. And it also had our remedy in, yeah? Alright. So here it is. Let me get a black print paste. So now, here's Johnny. So here's Johnny. Johnny born, created, yeah, by the creator. We just use this little, there's a creator, yeah. Created Johnny. You got this world here called United Kingdom, and that's the system, yeah. So little Johnny is part of this system. Yo, this beat's making me feel like I'm gonna rap this thing. But anyway, little Johnny is part of this system, United Kingdom, yeah. So in the United Kingdom, my man's accumulating his businesses. He's got his car, he's got his house, he's got bare material things, yeah. Okay. So all of this, little Johnny thinks they belong to him and he has control over his items and what he's earned, yeah? Okay, so check this. Because little Johnny didn't claim himself alive to the courts or the Westminster, they declared little Johnny dead. So poor little Johnny ain't even alive. He's a dead entity operating within the system. So because, and according to the Act, after 7 years, you're declared lost at sea, abandoned, yeah. So poor little Johnny is lost at sea, abandoned and dead in the system. So now, what's happened is, here's a trust, here's a Cestue Que Vie trust. The government took ownership over little Johnny's property, and now the government has a legal title, yeah, which means they control all of his property, which is why Johnny's little car can get taken off him if he ain't driving it right. Johnny's little car can get taxed and get fines if he ain't doing things right, you get me? Johnny's business can get shut down if he ain't operating correctly, you get me? Johnny's house can get taken away, if mortgage ain't getting paid, you get me? So nothing that he's accumulated for himself, little Johnny actually owns. So little Johnny lost control over his property. But all his property was part of this Cestue Que Vie trust that I keep talking about. Now really, little Johnny should have been a beneficiary of this trust, and he should receive benefits. But he's not, because he's dead. He didn't claim himself alive, you get me? So now the courts are acting on his behalf. You get what I'm saying? So, because of our ignorance, and we didn't claim ourselves alive and as beneficiaries, the government created a next type of trust called a constructive trust. Yeah? Okay. Now, this is the trust that we seem to be operating now within the United Kingdom, and they have put us as the role as trustees within this trust, which means, and that's why we're liable to pay tax, counter tax, income tax, etc., etc. Whereas if you was operating correctly in your Cestue Que Vie trust, you understand that the United Kingdom created it for the purpose of little Johnny, so long he's alive, and appointed as trustees the police, the hospitals, the council, government agencies as trustees to look after the property on behalf of little Johnny. Yeah. Yo, listen. Let me tell you about Johnny, yo. Little Johnny didn't stay alive. Little Johnny done died. Should've went to the court on the other side. But poor little Johnny done died. Accumulated wealth. Had his little car. Had his little house. But he lost it all.